morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Afro Scientific Spirituality. My name remains Efe West. I'm reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time on this channel, this is the place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I want to talk about the topic of spiritual baths. This topic was actually informed by a subscriber that would like to know about spiritual baths. So I immediately took my pen to paper and I was able to write out about 10 different types of spiritual baths. And I also realized that I have done about 5 previous types of spiritual baths on this channel in the past, but I didn't refer to them as spiritual baths in words. I just refer to them as things you can do to change or improve a particular situation in your life. But in another way, we can also classify them as spiritual baths. So for clearance, I will like to go in depth, start from the beginning of what we understand by spiritual baths. Then I'm going to talk about 4 different types of spiritual baths in this video today. 4. I will start from the simplest one, then I will take it there. Then I believe I'll be doing about an extra 4 later on, 4 types of spiritual baths. I will go into details about everything I know about spiritual baths in African spirituality. So I think it's a very good topic, and I want to thank the subscriber that brought this topic to my attention very much for this idea. So let's begin. First of all, what do we mean or understand by the 10 spiritual paths? They can be defined as baths that you take to improve a particular situation in your life or to change a particular situation in your life with the aim of changing states of awareness or elevating your consciousness or removing obstacles from your path, or just generally refreshing or rejuvenating yourself, or healing medical ailments or maladies. So we have all sort of different spiritual baths that are done in spirituality. In African spirituality per se, the most common and easiest type of spiritual baths that you will find is the salt baths. Yes, this is simply adding your regular cooking salt to water and bathing with it. You can decide to take maybe like 3 tablespoons of salt to add to a bucket of water, and then you simply bathe with it. What this will do is that salt has been known to neutralize negative vibrations, negative energies, and to drive away bad spirits and to drive away also negative entities. So salt is a very powerful and potent substance, and it is a substance of kind of neutrality, kind of neutralize negative vibrations. We also use it too for cooking. You know, without salt in your food, you cannot even eat the food. So salt is a very, very powerful component in spirituality. We use salt for a lot of things, and most of those things is for purification, purifying your environment, purifying your person, purifying your items. So salt cannot be overlooked. I use salt a lot. I bathe with it a lot, and if I don't have any kind of spiritual ointment or component, the first and last resort most time is salt. Everybody use salt. I believe in every spirituality in every part of the world, people use salt as well. So it is not only relegated to African spirituality. In religion, you see, especially in Christianity, when you go to church, especially in the Catholic Church, you will see they have this what they call holy water. What is holy water? It is simply salt inside water that have been blessed by probably a pedophile priest. So this is what they spray on people's body, and they call it holy water, and they sell it very expensive to their members. People believe that this water is very powerful, can drive away demons, that can cast out demons. We see in movies how these have been promoted by Hollywood and Western movies, whereby salt water is said to kill all kind of dangerous and powerful demons, that they run away when you sprinkle salt water on them. They scream, especially vampires. But in reality, that is bullshit. If a real evil entity want to attack you, you will need more than salt water to drive that spirit away. But for your regular negative, low level spirits, salt water can easily chase those one away. But when you come against real spiritual attack, you will need more than salt water for that. But nevertheless, salt water is very, very important and very, very necessary. If you are feeling certain kind of way, or due to the way we live as humans, from when we go out every day, interact with people, we pick a lot of negative vibrations, we pick a lot of things that are not good for us. The places we go to bars, go to club, go to some kind of dirty places, we pick a lot of vibrations that are attached to our bodies. When you come back home, you want to wash these vibrations away. You need to add salt to your water to wash them away. You can also add salt to your water for washing clothes as well, to wash those vibrations from your clothes. So salt is very powerful. That's why they use it in church. You see them spraying salt, holy water every time. Then they will use insects. After spraying the holy water on the congregants, they now use frankincense insects to smoosh the whole church. What this also does is to purify the atmosphere of any negative spirits that are hanging in the air. You will see two elements there. The same thing I'm doing here, a combination of fire and smoke. You see my insect burning. I'm also smoothing my atmosphere, purging it of any negative vibrations. And the same thing you see they're doing in church. They're doing in some churches. So it's a way of purifying the environment as well. Pushing your intention into the environment, very, very important. So salt water is the first, simplest spiritual bath that we have, and from there we work our way up. If you don't have salt water, you are living near the sea. The second most natural spiritual bath is going to the sea and taking a dip. Yes, swimming in the sea or just bathing in the sea. Sea water is simply composed of salt water, and I believe that it is even much more effective and more powerful than this salt water, because this salt is synthetic salt, but sea water is natural, 100% natural. So if you want to take it further, you might decide to go to the beach and swim. You also purify yourself there. It is very, very good spiritual baths. That's why I advise people to go to the sea if they can. Me, I always go to the sea to swim there. Most times when we go to give offerings to sea, it is part of the rites. After you have given the offering, you also swim to bathe yourself, to purify yourself in the seawater. Then you also take some seawater home just in case you need it. So that is another way to do a spiritual bath. It's a natural process, and people have been using this for thousands of years. If you read many ancient spiritual books, even in the Bible, you will see some so-called spiritualists that will tell people to go and take a dip in the sea, go and swim in the sea, and your problem will be solved. What they are actually meaning is that they know that the water has a lot of purifying elements. We have the sea salts in the water, which is much more potent than your regular table salt. So by you taking a dip inside the sea, loaded with a lot of sea salt, you are actually spend time there. Maybe you stay inside of up to 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You are actually washing out those negative attachments that are in that have been attached to you. So when you go to the sea, you might want to spend like 10 minutes inside the water to make sure that everything goes out of you. You totally wash up all attachments and you come out fresh like a newborn baby. So you can go to the sea, you can do this. You can also use your sea salt. Maybe you're not living near the sea and you don't want to use your table salt. You can also use sea salt in water and also bathe with it. So this is two types of spiritual baths that you can do very easily and very simple. Now we walk our way up from here. So people have discovered that by adding extra uh, components to the salt water, you can actually bring about some certain changes that you desire into your life, some certain attributes. So what you see people doing is that from time to time we add other components into the sea water or into the salt water. For instance, this perfume, Bint El Sudan, I have talked about this perfume many times in this channel. It's a very powerful perfume, ancient Kushite perfume that have been in Africa for thousands of years and is still with us. You can also add this to the water. I have done a video with it, but I didn't mention it as spiritual bath. I say how to use Bint El Sudan to attract favor, attract prosperity to your life. After putting your salt water in the bucket, you can add like a teaspoon of this ointment into the water and you bathe with it. It is another form of spiritual bath to bring favor, open doors, and also to clean your harrow, to elevate your consciousness. You can also do that as well. It's a very good spiritual bath you can do by adding these components. Or you can also choose to add this Arouna oil. I have also done a video on this, how to use it for cleansing. It is also a form of spiritual bath as well. I use it for bathing and it's very good for dream work. It is very good for improving self-esteem and it's very good for attracting positive entities to you, for opening the heart of people towards you. So this ointment is very powerful and it scents very nice. If you are into scented baths, the Ayurvedic line of products, scented products, spiritual products, this is exactly like that. This very bottle, it smells like, it gives you that Ayurvedic aroma and that feeling, that purification feeling. So this is what I use for my spiritual baths. I don't normally just bathe regularly like other people. I always add something to my water, and this is what I have because I love this perfume a lot. It makes me sleep very well, and it gives you that feeling, that very positive feeling of well-being. What this does naturally is that it balance your chakras and aligns and cleans your harrow on its own. This very oil. So if you can get this Arouna oil, I will advise you to get it because it also scents very well. When you use it, you put it like there's a tiny cup inside. I just fill this cup up, then I put that into the water. Most times I use warm water. So then I add the salt into it, just a little salt. Then I use it to take my bath. What you know is that it's very powerful, and the smell turns the bathroom into like a scented palace, and you scent very fine. By the time you finish bathing, you're gonna feel like a king. Makes me feel like a prince after taking bath with this because it smells very good and it's kind of give you a kind of positive feeling that fills you with confidence and destroys any sort of low self-esteem. You bathe with it, you feel like you can do anything in the world. So this is a very, very powerful stuff you can use for your spiritual bath. I believe that you can find this oil in Ghana. It's very popular in West Africa and Nigeria. It's very popular online. It smells very, very nice. Keeps your bathroom smelling fresh and scented all the time, and also makes you fresh and scented. You go out, you feel very good about yourself. You don't think anything bad about yourself. You don't think anything bad about the world. You just feel good, 100% good and cool. So this perfume is very, very necessary for spiritual bath. So I always use it because I love the feeling I get from using this stuff. That's why I'm telling you that this is a very, very powerful component that you can use. And for dream work, it actually enhances my dream, makes my dreams to be very, very clear. And I use it to bathe before I go to bed, and it's very, very nice for you. So I want to recommend this oil to you. What you simply need is just this oil and salt and warm water. Put it in warm water so it can actually steam out, and you can actually smell. The aroma can go out much more. So this is very, very good for spiritual bath, and I really want to recommend this for you. So I want you to try it out and tell me what you think about it. Okay, so we have 4 types of spiritual baths I have told you about now. Your regular salt water baths that you can use is very effective for cleansing your body, cleansing negative energy. But you can also go to the sea to bathe in the sea, very natural spiritual bath as well, which is highly recommended. You can choose to add this Bint El Sudan to your water to bath, another type. Then Arouna oil, very, very good for that scented bath. You want that extra touch, that feeling to make you feel very special. You need this, and it brings a lot of good things to you, to open a lot of doors for you. So these are 4 types of spiritual baths you can do. In the next video, I'll be talking about how to do a typical West African spiritual bath. This is the type that our ancestors were doing before, without adding anything. We just go to the jungle and pluck leaves, and we use it to bathe. I will talk about how to do that typical West African spiritual bath. Then in subsequent videos, I'll be talking about how to do a spiritual bath in a stream. We have what I'll be talking about 7 or 8 different type of spiritual baths that you can do, depending on your condition and your situation. So there's something for everybody. If you are living near a stream, you can do the stream bath. If you are living near the sea, you can simply go there. If you are not in close to those places, your kitchen salt, you can use this. If you have access to any of this stuff, you can also use them for spiritual baths. Okay, so we have different types and different purposes and different uses, depend on what you want to come into your life. There are so many perfumes and so many spiritual ointments that we also add into water, that we also use to mix our bathing water. They are all different types of spiritual baths. Okay, so it depends on what you want to draw into your life. That is what you will need to use to mix your bathing water. We have different things. There are people that have been known to add sugar and salt to their water to bathe with it. That is another form of spiritual bath. Again, you can also create your own kind of spiritual baths depending on what you want to draw into your life, and that is how it is. Okay, it's very easy to do and pretty straightforward. So I want you to try these components and tell me what you think about them. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. Like and share this video. Questions and comments are welcome. Subscribe to this channel. Please tell your friends about this channel. Do not hide it. Then also you can donate or support this channel if you feel that the spells and the information is very, very relevant. you can choose to support this channel so that the channel can grow and can be able to be motivated to bring more interesting stuff to the channel as well for you guys. So I'm very grateful, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. So I wish you a very wonderful day, and take care and bye.